you
All
doing?
right.
This is Coach D from Code 31 Media, interviews on demand. And this is a very special guest. This is my big brother from Southside Jamaica, Queens. I would like to introduce you guys to James True Carter. How you doing, young man?
I'm doing all right, making it happen, Baisley in the house.
You're ready. So listen, take me back to your Hillcrest days and your St. Thomas Aquinas days. Look, we attended the same high school. We from the same borough, Southside Jamaica, Queens.
No doubt.
In the building.
Yeah.
Now, when you Hillcrest and then attended St. Thomas Aquinas, did you ever imagine that your basketball path would lead you to Puerto Rico, which will lead you to playing against the Dream Team? Take me all the way back.
Not at all. To go all the way back. Oh my goodness. Well, I got into Hillcrest when I was a sophomore. Mm-hmm. I played ball. I went to Russell Sage Junior High School in Forest Hill.
As well.
Yeah. So Russell Sage. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yes. So from there, I played ball in Russell Sage a little bit, but I wasn't really nice or anything like that. So actually, what happened in 10th grade, I was already on the Hillcrest team, but I wasn't getting any burn. It was seniors ahead of me and stuff like that. But I kind of got motivated for the summertime because the coach that was there, his name was Ken Gershon.
Yes, Ken.
I still
talk to him to this day.
I got him on Facebook. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we went to have lunch one time, and then the girls coach Oilman was at he was at Smile of the Beyond.
Okay.
On Parsons Boulevard. So, I heard him talking to Oilman saying, next year, we got this kid, he's all right, this, that, and the other. So I was like, wow, that's what he thinks of me. So I just thought about the whole summer trying to improve. So what I did was I used to get up every day because I lived in front of the basketball court, actually, in Building 3 and the project in front of the basketball court. I would look outside at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd ask my mom for permission. Yo, Mom, can I go outside? Nobody's outside. Let me go out there and shoot and, work on my handle and all that stuff. So I started doing that. But before that, we got real lucky because we had like a little YMCA downstairs community center. And a guy named Greg Vaughn.
Yes.
Queens College. Yeah. Yes. Bed-Stuy from Bedford-Stuyvesant, Queens College, All-American. He came into the picture and he kind of, got us thinking about playing another project, which was Bed-Stuy, his old projects. Okay. So he started showing us how to go hard, how to play ball, this, that, and the other. I mean, along with other people that I used to play ball with in Baisley, like George Panella, AU, Vaughn Ruler, all of us used to go out there and ball and stuff like that. Raheem, Divine, all them cats, so it was a good thing. So he started us learning how to play hard and everything, along with your brother, actually. Your brother, that was my dude, Horace.
Yeah, talk about it, man. This is another thing I wanted to bring up about talking about Marc, because I'm doing a documentary and I'm getting that court renamed for him.
Okay, yeah, he it's funny because y'all didn't live in the projects. Mm-hmm. But like I said, when Greg was telling us how to go hard, he used to come across the park and kind of like play with us and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So we didn't really know him. We were like, this kid from across the park or whatever. So he came across the park and he used to grab every rebound. The dude, so grabbing so many rebounds, we used to be like, yo, this dude is a horse. So we start calling him Horse. Then it was funny because everybody had on their different sneakers, whatever. And he had on these jocks, Tom McCann jocks. So we used to call him Jock too. So he had all kinds of Marc, Horse, Jock. Uh-huh. But he used to be a beast on the boards, man. He used to just like, for all us guards, because we was all guards. Mm-hmm. But for him, he used to grab all kind of rebounds. He had an awkward game and everything. But he had skills too, though. He used to come through with us and we used to ball against each other and everything. So it wasn't really like we were taking sides. He across the park, he was like, no, we all Baisley.
Yes.
So Greg finally put together that game. And like I said, every day I was going outside for the whole summer. I went outside in front of the court. Then I would ride my bike from 12 o'clock in the afternoon to like 2 or 3 at another park. Then I would get on my bike from 3 o'clock in the afternoon, go to another park and play till 6 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock, I had to be home so we could all eat family food or whatever.
Yes.
Then in Baisley, they had the lights up. They had the lights on. And, they had those full courts back to back to back to back.
Yes.
So I used to go up there and play from 12 o'clock midnight until like 6 in the morning. I did this like every day in the summertime. So in that tournament that those games that we played against Bed-Stuy, I was getting crazy numbers and everything. So I got a lot better. Then back to Hillcrest as a junior. And Gersh saw me playing. He was like, yo, what did you do this whole summer? So my whole game changed around. So I really started to develop late as far as, becoming a pretty decent player. I started developing late. Then I started going to the library, reading some stuff on basketball, fundamentals, basics. I always fundamentals and the basics of basketball, even though you incorporate that into your type of game, which was between the legs, crossover, New York guards, stuff like that. So it was good. It was a good situation. And like I said, I did it for 3 months and made a great leap of improvement. Plus, I can't leave this out. I used to go to IS-8 all the time.
Yeah. Yes.
And playing against competition over there,
IS-8 Legends page on Facebook. You gotta get on.
I know.
Yeah,
Robin Dean. Yeah, no doubt. So it's and like I said, I used to go there when Ab Dad was alive. He used to be in there talking smack. I used to play with James Ryan and all them too. So, I got a lot of experience playing in Baisley, and I got a lot of experience playing with, guys around the way. So I learned from a lot of people to go hard. And since I was young playing with older guys, we used to just play. And then after we played, they used to drink their beer. I used to drink my little Hawaiian punch or whatever. To hear the stories about them going to college. Y'all getting recruited by this school, or I'm going to this college, this, that, and the other. So it was funny because I'm the oldest in my family.
Yes.
But as far as playing ball, I used to play with older guys.
Yes.
So I sit back, listen, just try to learn from them, their experiences and what they would talk about. And it wouldn't just be ball. It would be talking about women. It would be talking about life, a little bit about everything. So I would just be in the cut because I was 17, 16, so these guys were 20 and 19 and about to go to college, and some of them were in college. So it was good. It was a good experience. I learned a lot being in Baisley.
Right. So after that, you went to St. Thomas Aquinas. Then after St. Thomas Aquinas, did you decide you wanted to go to Puerto Rico? Like, how did that happen?
Well, all right. When I went to St. Thomas, it was like a last minute thing because my senior year, I might have been like an all Queens player or whatever, but my senior year, I broke my wrist in a scrimmage game in high school. So after I broke my wrist, I had to keep my cast on for 10 weeks. So, my books weren't really at the top, but I was like the average, student or whatever. And I had a few schools after me, but St. Thomas was really on my back. Like, yo, we want you to come and play for us. So I played in the Wheelchair Classics. I played in another tournament where Maurice Lucas was my coach. And then there was another NBA player was a coach of another of the other team. It was some kind of all-star game or whatever. I got the MVP in the all-star game. And then the coach from St. Thomas kind of approached me. And he was like, yo, man, I want information. I like the way you play, whatever. So he started recruiting me. It's funny because he used to come to Baisley, one white dude with a suit on coming to Baisley. Everybody's like, yo, true, he's going to your house. What's this dude, a detective, this, that, and the other. I was like, nah, man, he's a college coach trying to recruit me, this, that, and the other. Oh, all right, we're just making sure, this dude, what are you doing? Selling insurance? What are you doing around here? So everybody was asking about him. So he used to come check out.
That sounds like Boys in the Hood when they came to recruit the guy for football.
Exactly. Yep. So he used to come upstairs and always talk to my mom, come talk to me and everything. Like, used to always guarantee my mom, your son is going to get a degree. If he comes to St. Thomas, we're going to make sure he gets a degree, this, that, and the other. And I was like, yo, Mom, it seemed like a cool school. So besides going to St. Thomas and visiting, I went to one more school, which was upstate in Syracuse called Potsdam State. So I went up there. I was like, I'm gonna be away from my family, kind of far, I don't know. So I ended up going to St. Thomas Aquinas, and then playing my 4 years in St. Thomas, and did get my degree actually. So it was great.
Did you get?
Yeah. So my major is communication arts. So I have a bachelor's in communications. Yeah. Nice. So sort of what you're doing right now. That was my thing.
You know what? Yeah. Crazy thing is, I never went to school for this. I didn't even want to do it. You know what I mean? It was kind of like on my lap. After Marc passed, I went down to the city, and then I met Mikey D and all these people that he used to tell me about. And like, it was really behind the scenes for like the first, I would say, from 2010 to like 2013. Then I did the close. Then 2018, I decided to step in front of the camera. So that's where we are today. My first interview KRS-One, and I've interviewed Ice-T, Chris Childs, Kenny Anderson, like the list goes on.
I seen the Chris Childs one. Yeah, that was crazy. Nice. Yeah.
It's a blessing to have you here. So now after St. Thomas Aquinas, what made you say, yo, I'm going back home to Puerto Rico?
Well, you know what? Honestly, Puerto Rico was a fluke. It was a lucky thing that happened to me.
Wow.
So after St. Thomas, I played in the USBL first.
Okay.
I played in '86. I played with the Staten Island Stallions. They Staten Island. So it's funny because I tried out for that team they have a place called Cromwell up in Staten Island. They have a whole like 10 different basketball courts.
Okay.
So there was 300 dudes trying out.
Wow.
So 300 guys trying out for maybe 2 spots or 1 spot, whatever, right? So these guys would walk around the courts, and 300 dudes playing. They would walk around the court, stay for like 5 minutes, watch the games or whatever, and mark down who they like. So they went from 300 people to 150 the next day. Then I had to go back, and they went from 150 to 75 the next day. Then I had to go back. Then they went from 75 to 50. They cut it down.
Mm-hmm.
And almost made the team initially, but they let me go. But they said, listen, we got all your information. You're an alternate, so we're gonna make you an alternate. So all right, I became an alternate. Then something happened with one of the guards that they had. They had like recruited somebody from Michigan or something like that, and he came out positive. Yeah, I forgot the guy's name, but he came out positive. And then they called me and said, yo, you interested in still playing? You still interested in playing? I was like, yeah, why not? So from there, I started playing with the Staten Island Stallions. And I had Ken the Animal Bannister on my team. This dude, Hot Rod Williams, that played for Cleveland, the Cavaliers.
Yes.
I used to take Hot Rod to Baisley all the time.
Wow.
Word. I used to take him to Baisley. He's 6'11". So everybody used to be like, yo, who is that dude? So then from there, I finished playing that season, and then I was like, damn, I ain't got no more ball going on. So I started playing local tournaments and stuff like that. And I met a dude from Brooklyn, and I started playing. Well, I actually was playing with his boy at first, and he seen me play. He's like, yo, put him on my team. So when I got on his team, he used to come pick me up because he was making money on the side doing his thing. So he used to pick me up, or he used to call and say, yo, take a cab to this spot. We got a game here, and cool. And he's a Puerto Rican dude.
Right.
So one day he went to go pick me up from my house in Baisley, and we came upstairs. I was like, yo, dude, I got my bag. I'm ready to go. He said, yo, come on, man, we late. The phone rang in my house. So I picked up the phone. I was like, hello? And I started speaking Spanish to my grandmother. And the dude looked at me like, yo, how you know Spanish? I said, my mother's from Puerto Rico. And my grandmother, he was like, yo, dude, there's a league in Puerto Rico to play in. I was like, for real? He's like, yeah. So that's what I said. I got lucky.
Yes.
You speak Spanish. So the very next day, we went down to City Hall, picked up my birth certificate, picked up my mom's birth certificate. He was like, yo, this is real. You can play in PR. So from there, he called an agent down in Puerto Rico, and the agent, sent me out to different teams. So there was only 2 teams that was interested at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
One team is called Modovi's, and they were like in the mountains. And they had, a really good team because they had just won the championship in '86. They had won the championship.
Okay.
So yeah, so the owner from that team, he was the first one actually to come see me, talk to me anyway. He didn't come see me play, but he talked to me. So he came to my house, and everything. Came to the apartment. Me and my mom was sitting around, and the dude was like lowballing. Nah, we wanted to come. We could offer him this, and this. And my mom's like, nah, because he came like a whole week straight. So he would go up like, you know, oh, well, we can offer him this. And like, I don't like that guy, True. So from there, the next call was a town called Guayama, which I wound up playing 15 years for them. So, wow. Yeah. So
Mom knew.
Yeah. So mom's like, don't mess with them. Yeah.
Gotta go with that.
Exactly. So mom's like, nah, I don't think that's gonna be a good idea to mess with this dude. So I was like, all right, cool. So we nixed him out. And I was playing in Roberto Clemente State Park up in the Bronx, right?
Yes.
Byron Strickland was on Rod Strickland's brother.
Yes.
We played on the same team together. Okay. So and Sam Worthen also was playing in that tournament and everything. So me and Sam got tight. I know Byron pretty good. So the first game that the guy from Puerto Rico came to see me play, I had like 25 points or whatever. So he said, okay, you did a good job, you know, this and that. So he said, when's your next game? So I said, in like 2 days. So, all right, he came to the next game. I had like 30. He was like, yo, we're going to talk. So I was like, all right, cool. So he went back to Puerto Rico to talk to his partner. And then we did like a three-way chat they called from Puerto Rico. And then I had the coach that was going to coach me that year. He was a Hunter College coach. His name is Ray Almerberg. He came to my house and he was like the mediator, like saying, you know, well, they want to offer you an apartment. They want to, you're going to have a rent-a-car to drive. They're going to rent you an apartment. They're going to fly you, your mom, your brother, your sister, whoever you want to fly over there to go see some of the games, stay with you, this, that, and the other. And then they're going to give you a decent contract. I was like, all right, sounds good. So that's how I wound up going to Puerto Rico. It was, like I said, it was a lucky thing because he heard me speaking Spanish. And then from there, So, but my first 2 years there, I went there in 87. So 87 season I played, and then 88 season I played, and I couldn't play on the Olympic team. I couldn't play on the national team because I had professional status. That was right before they changed the rule. They changed the rule in 1989, and I was the first player to get changed over from professional status to amateur status, but being able to play open back. Yeah, FIBA. Yeah. So too funny, but yeah, that's crazy. You know? So that's how I got to play in Puerto Rico. And so it's funny because BJ played after me. BJ, my brother, was down in Puerto Rico at the same time, and he was like, because they wanted to sign him too after my first season. I said, no, dude, don't sign, because we both point guards. You don't know what a coach come, he ain't gonna put us both together. You know, this, that, and the other. Yeah. So he looked at another team, which was one of the best teams traditionally down there, called Bayamon. Okay. And they signed with them first year, won the championship.
Wow! I know you was sick.
I was hot, Dawn. I was like, yeah. So he won the championship because I never won a championship in that big league. I've won in like other countries and all that stuff. I played in different countries. Right. But BJ won his first year there. He wasn't really playing that much because they didn't really know him so well or whatever. But he was on the team and they won the championship.
He got a championship. All that matters.
That was it. Yep. He got a chip. Yeah. So
when you got on the Puerto Rican Olympic team and you found out y'all was playing against the Dream Team, like what was that like?
Well, that was our second time playing them. The Olympics was the second time playing them. We played them one time in the pre-Olympics. Okay. That was in Portland, Oregon. Okay. So in the pre-Olympics, I was like super nervous. I was like, damn, I'm playing Magic, Jordan, Scottie, Pippen,
Scottie.
Yeah, it was crazy. So I was looking at these cats because they all big, and I was like, wow. Yeah. God. Yep. So I'm playing against them. I'm like, yo, all these dudes are Hall of Fame play, all of them except for Leitner. Yep. The whole squad. It was crazy.
Shaq should have been on that team, man. Shaq should have been on that team instead of Leitner.
Oh yeah, or Isaiah.
Or Isaiah, exactly.
Yeah, but Isaiah and Jordan had a problem. So
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. I think Jordan told him, if you put Isaiah on, I don't count on me coming. And they were like, Zeke, I'm sorry, Zeke, you ain't go.
Yeah, but
that was my idol. That's my favorite player.
Even he could have played with the second squad. I know he was. They should have put him on that squad.
I know they should have. They should have. That's true. They could have squashed their beef or whatever. But still, yeah. So the first time we played them was in Portland, Oregon. Yeah, in the Rose Garden in their court, the NBA court. Yeah. So like I said, that time I was a little nervous. I was like, yeah, we playing these guys. But then you kind of find out, like, they're regular players like everybody else. I mean, they're a cut above for sure. Yeah. But you could do your.
After you got your first taste, then when you went into the Olympics, it was like, okay, I'm ready now.
Yeah. The second time was a little bit. I wasn't as nervous, and like that. So yeah, and it's funny because I was too fast for Magic to guard. I was too fast for him. So Scottie and Jordan switched up and was guarding me. They started guarding me. They made it a little bit harder or whatever to get some points off of them. But I was too fast for MJ. But for Magic. Yeah. But it's funny because me and Magic became kind of cool because he was like after we finished playing him, a few years later when he announced his HIV thing, he put together a touring team and they went all around, started playing all over the world stuff. They came back to Puerto Rico.
Wow.
And it's funny because we were practicing before their team, and I was on the trainer's table across the court. Magic walks in the gym and he's looking around. He saw me, he's going like this to me, like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, oh, you talking to me? Yo, what's up? Right. He said, what's up? You don't remember me? I was like, yo, who don't remember you? He was like, I said, you remember me? He was like, yeah. I said, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah. So he was cool at that level, like, what's up, man? Respect factor and everything. Yes. Yeah, yo. So that's it was crazy.
Thing, like, I can't even imagine, like, you on the court, you from Southside Jamaica, Queens, and you playing against the dream team.
Yeah, that was crazy. I never thought nothing like that would ever happen. It's funny. Wow. And but just to take it even further than that though, Dawn, we were there, like me and another teammate was there to watch the USA game, right? Mm-hmm. They were playing somebody. It could have been Yugoslavia, anybody. But we were there at the court because we had just finished playing our game and they came on. So we were there checking out the game, or about to check out the game, and you got Magic, you got Jordan, you got Barkley. Those three were cracking jokes on Patrick Ewing and Scottie Pippen because they got their haircuts. They had the flat tops.
Oh yeah,
they got their haircuts from dudes from Spain. So they had like a line. They had like put a bowl on their head or whatever. They had that, right? So we walked past the team, and Jordan and them goes, yo, fellas, where y'all get your hair cut from? Why your hair looking so like y'all got it cut from a brother from home? So my boy started saying, nah, True cuts our hair. Because I was the official barber from the team. So they were like, yo, dude, we got a game tomorrow. Could you please cut our hair? So Scottie and Patrick was like, yo, this is our hotel. Come by and see us. We're gonna hit you off. I was like, all right, cool. So they told me come by at 3:00. All right. So I went by at 3:00. None of them were there. They had practice. So I left them a note. Yo, fellas, if y'all want to come, if y'all want your haircut for real, y'all got to come through the villages because that's where all the athletes stay. They stay in some 5-star hotel. Yeah. So after I got back from going to see them, I went to the cafeteria, got me something to eat, and I was walking down the in the village inside the whole joint. And next thing you know, I see 2 big ass dudes walking towards me, like, yo, what's up, Carter? I was like, oh shit, they came. They showed up. Yeah. They came. So I cut Patrick Ewing's hair and I cut Scottie's hair. I got a picture. I don't have it with me, but I got a picture of me cutting Patrick Ewing's hair on the toilet in the bathroom. On a small ass word.
I see that, yo. I will definitely put that in the magazine.
Yeah, yo. So that joint right there is funny. And then the camera that we had was one of those, remember those Instamatic yellow joints that you throw with disposable?
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't going to work, but it's funny because before we actually played that game against the Dream Team, they have these 2 courts where you practice. So the 2 courts are off of the main court, and they have a big curtain separating the 2 teams.
Yes.
So my boy, that was another point guard from PR. He was like, "Yo, I hear some people dribbling basketball over there. It might be the dream team over there."
Yeah.
So he said, "Let me check." So he moved the curtain, and he was like, "Yo, it is them." So he said, "Yo, Magic, can we come take pictures with y'all?" The Magic was like, "Come on." So we all went over there and took pictures with them. We got pictures with Larry Bird, Karl Malone, Magic, Patrick Ewing, all of them cats, man. The only ones we didn't get Barkley, we didn't get Stockton, and we didn't get Jordan. So yeah, but if you look on my Facebook page, at the end of the game, we all got a picture of both teams together.
Yes.
And I'm ducking my head in like this because you can't really see me. I'm ducking my head in like that, and you'll see it. Look for it on my Facebook page. You'll see it. Yeah. Then there's another picture too with us and Larry Bird. There's another picture too with me and Larry.
With him getting his hair cut? Are those up there?
Nah, those ain't. Those I haven't put none of those up there.
Yo, let me those. I put those in the magazine.
I don't have them with me because they in storage.
No, like when you get a chance.
Yeah, when I get a chance. Yeah.
I will do an exclusive wrap up in Rare Royalty magazine and put those pictures in there for you. I got you, bro.
Right. Yeah, I got them like somewhere, like BJ got them in storage or whatever.
Yeah.
I be moving around. I be here, there, so yeah.
So that's awesome, man. So let me ask you, if you could go back in time and change anything about your basketball career, would you do it? Or and if you could give yourself advice to your younger self, what would you say?
Honestly speaking, I went to, like, we played on the national team. We played in the Goodwill games, right, in 1990. And I got at those games, I was coming off the bench for Puerto Rico. That was my second year on the team. So coming off the bench, I was averaging about 13 or 14 points or whatever, right? So Phil Jackson, he coached in Puerto Rico for a little while. And my boy played with him. One of my guys, he played on the same team that Phil Jackson was coaching. So anyway, during that game, Phil Jackson was in the stands and different scouts was in the stands. So we go upstairs to go see Phil Jackson because my boy went to say what's up to him. So when me and my boy go upstairs to talk to him, a scout from the Pistons comes over to me and says, "Yo, you Carter, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Yo, man, I'm a scout from the Pistons. I want your information, so I want to give you a call or whatever. We looking for players and this and that." I was like, because the dude was old, Dawn, like old dude, like walking with a cane, thick ass glass. I was like, this dude ain't no scout, but I gave him my info anyway. So he called me like 2 weeks after the tournament was over. He called, actually, I was in Puerto Rico, but he called my mom, and my mom's like, "Yeah, why you ain't tell me about this scout calling you? I mean, talking to you." I said, "Mom, the dude is old. I ain't think he was no real scout." So he called and they told me, "Yo, look, get yourself together. In about 3 weeks, we're gonna have you come to our veteran camp."
Okay.
So what I would tell my young self in that situation is to always play the way you play all the time. Because I went there and changed my game, thinking that they were looking for something, and they weren't looking for that, because they were looking for somebody to take Vinnie Johnson's place to come off the bench and get buckets, come off the bench, give them 5-10 quick points, whatever. Yeah. So I went there conservative, wasn't really being too fancy. I was giving the ball up or this and that. I wasn't really showing my skills. Yes. So what I would tell my younger self is to always be aggressive and always play your game. And if a coach wants to calm you down, he'll come to you and say, "Yo, look, we don't need you shooting that much. The man on the team is Joe Dumas. But if you got an open lane or whatever, you take them. You do whatever you're gonna do." But that's how you know they already respect you and they want you, because they'll come up to you and tell you, "Yo, dude, you can't take over the game like that because we got other people that we." All right, so they already know what I could do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would tell that's what I would tell my younger self, and that's what I would tell any kid. Like, yo, when you go somewhere, if they calling you to ask you to play on a team or try out, do what you've been doing. Yeah, that's the reason why you caught their attention. That's what they want. Yeah. So
this media thing, people, when they want me to work with them, they'd be like, yo, keep that same energy that you have right there. I don't want anything about yourself.
No, you can't. I mean, because if they checking you and it's for a reason. No, I like the way she is. You do you all the time. That's in other words, you do you all the time. Like if you're hyper, be hyper, because they store you for some reason. If you cool and you mellow, then do that. Don't change and all that stuff, because that they store you. And it's funny because we're doing this interview right now, and I was listening to an interview with Rakim, and Rakim was saying that somebody was telling him, I think Marley Marl was telling him, yo, Rakim, you too laid back, man. You got more rah, this, that, and the other. He was like, yo, dude, that's the way I do it. He said, well, you ain't gonna come off in this industry because you ain't really. And years later, he a legend. So you see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, you can't go off of what other people say. And like I said,
exactly.
I've been KRS-One and Ice-T, and I met my favorite rapper, Method Man. Like, that was a great experience. They get to interview him, I will. And I met Mike Bivens from New Edition. So, like, I'm meeting a lot of people.
That's the way to do it. Yo, and it's because of your energy, the way you've been doing it.
Yes. Do you still have any relationships with anybody? You know, from Puerto Rico, from the Olympics, from
yeah. They did was it last year? It was last year or 2 years ago, February. They did a tribute to the guys from Puerto Rico. That same that team, but in 90, was it 90? We went to the World Games in, I think it was 90. In 90, we went to the World Games in 1990. We came in fourth in the world. We lost to the USA team.
Okay.
And we lost to Kenny Anderson, Alonzo Mourning. So we lost in overtime to them. We had the game. We just blew it because we were turning the ball over. But they had a rule in international ball. They had a rule where when you get fouled, you could either take it out on the side, or you could shoot the 2 fouls, or you could shoot the foul shots. So my coach, his strategy was, we'll take it out on the side. And every time we were taking it out on the side, something would happen, turnover. They came back, hit a basket. Turnover, they came back, hit another basket. So the last time that they got the ball back, we were still up by 2 points, and there was like maybe 8 seconds left. Kenny Anderson drives on me, goes for, and somebody fouled. My big man fouled him, made the 2 foul shots, we went into overtime, and we lost. Yeah. But we came in, that's the lowest rank that Puerto Rico has ever had, 4th in the world. Wow. So we, like, world games, like, we played Yugoslavia, we played US, played Russia, we played Africa, we played a whole bunch of people. But throughout my whole career, because I played on the national team for 10 years.
Right.
So I started in 1989 and then finished in 1999. Doing, I've been in a lot of tournaments, like the World Games, like the Olympics, you know, Pan Am game. We won the gold medal in the Pan Am games, and that was a great experience. That was also in '91, and we were in Cuba. And after we won that, the commissioner for USA basketball was George Steinbrenner, and they were flying back and forth from Miami to Cuba. They didn't stay in Cuba. You know, US got to have their special. You know, we got to treat our players all great. So we wound up winning the gold medal. We beat them in the semifinals. We beat Grant Hill, Eric Montross, Jimmy Jackson. They had, you know, future NBA players. We wind up beating them. And then after we beat them, we went to celebrate in the hotel. So me and the rest of the guys on my team, we had a table eating, we celebrating. Somebody tapped me on the shoulder. I looked back, George Steinbrenner.
Wow.
Yeah. So he said, yo, you guys in Puerto Rico's team? We were like, yeah. He said, yo, man, tremendous tournament. You guys did your thing. Congratulations. Keep your celebration going. Food is on me. Everything is on me. Wow. Just put it on the tab. Word. I was like, what? He was like, yo, let me get that lobster. Let me get them champagnes. He was like, yo, y'all celebrate, man. Y'all live it up. Y'all celebrate. He was like, no problem. Get what y'all want. No problem. He was like, y'all deserve it. Y'all got my respect. Y'all got my props. I was like, wow. Yeah, that was crazy.
So like the guys that are analysts now in the NBA, do you know any of them? Like, do you keep in touch with any of the guys that you played against that are analysts now?
Analyst. I had one guy who was his name is Ramon Rivas. He went to Temple University.
Okay.
And then he played like I think one season with the Boston Celtics.
Okay.
So I'm in touch with him. And then there's a couple of other guys that they're not NBA analysts or anything like that. But and there's a few guys that coach, like this is a guy named Orlando Antigua.
Okay.
He coached with Memphis. He coached with Calipari.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now, I forgot what school he's with, but he's with one of these major universities. I know him also, you know. So yeah.
Like, do you like keep in touch with like Kenny Anderson and people like that? Because he's
I know them, but I don't really know them. But you know what's funny? There's a guy, Carlos Arroyo. He played in the NBA.
Yes.
Anyway, his first team was the Utah Jazz, right? And it's funny because he was also playing in the league in Puerto Rico. So one day, you know, we're gonna play his team. He comes to me and he says, "Yo, you know Marc Jackson?" I said, "Yeah, it's my man. What's up?" He's like, "Yo," because he retired in Utah, Marc Jackson. So he said, "Yo, he was asking about you if you still playing in Puerto Rico, this, that, and the other." He said, "Yo, tell you." He said, "What's up?" I said, "Yeah, Marc is my man," because we played in the tournament in Baisley, in the Supreme tournament, in the Sniff tournament. So we played, and I actually got the MVP and gave it to him. Like, yo, you know, all right, yo, Marc, just for playing with us, you know. So yeah, so he remembered me from that and stuff. Yeah, too funny. Yeah. So I was like, for real? He said, yeah. He said, what's up? I said, all right, yeah. Tell him I said, what's up, man.
That's a beautiful thing. Where can they reach you on social media?
The what?
Where can they reach you on social media if anybody like wants to?
Yeah, my Facebook is wide open. You know, James True Carter. If you're looking, you know, to get in touch with me or say what's up to me or whatever. Yeah, anybody could, you know.
Son got the merch for you. That's lit. You and Dave Edwards and all that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's tight. Yeah, for sure. My son is doing some stuff too. You know.
Yes, I'm gonna interview him too.
Okay, yeah, because I spoke to him last night. I told him me and you we were supposed to do an interview. He got the skin and bronze.
I'll be like, "What up, nephew?" He'd be like, "What up?"
Yeah,
I got it. Because my nephew, Nina's son, also does hip hop now.
Oh, really?
Yes. Nice. So I'm gonna link.
That's tight. That's tight. Yeah, my sons, because I have another son and he lives in Puerto Rico. He's also a music dude too. So you know, just like your brother. Your brother, you know, used to make beats and he used to DJ. You know, all of us, we love music. It's just all in us.
I actually interviewed Mathematics Allah from Wu-Tang.
Nice.
You know, Ronald Bean from the Bean family. So, you know, he used to be in Marc Basement on Fox as well.
Right,
Mikey,
just like Cowboy and all of that.
All of them. Like, I tell people, like, yo, my brother, like, really did this music thing, yo.
Yeah.
So when you talk about legends and Baisley and all that, and these people got these pages and they don't mention my brother, I'm like, it's an insult. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mention he was right there at the Park Jams doing his thing. He was at 8 doing it. Like, how do you not?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, you know, like, since right now, you know, we in the era of the millennials now. And, you know, the millennials, if a lot of them don't know history, so you know, they gotta be taught that to understand what's going on. Like you said, there's some old heads that should be mentioned and stuff, but maybe they don't, because the millennials won't understand it. Like, if you come up with, who is that? They'll be like, who is that? I'm saying, like, right now, think about it. The resurgence of D Nice.
Yes.
You know, cats didn't really know who D Nice was. I mean, we did because he was in our era.
Yes.
But these young cats right now, like, who's D Nice? You know, and then they'll play his old song. They'll be like, oh, okay.
Instagram from the pandemic when he was DJing on Instagram.
Exactly.
So that's
he blew up. So he reinvented himself as a new thing. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Yeah. So that's what happens though, Dawn. Like you doing right now.
Yes.
You play ball. You had skills. This, that, and the other.
See, they don't know that part of me. They just know me as Coach D, coaching from Baisley and Hillcrest and Mercy College. They don't know that I'm out here in the trenches doing my thing with these.
That's exactly my point, because back then you had to have a real camera to videotape somebody doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? So right now, you could just whip out your camera and just be like, yo, you know, yeah, I seen her, she nice, this, that, and the other.
Like you and mathematics and you know, Marc that played at August Martin and coached at August Martin. Like when I interview you guys and y'all be like, yo, you did your thing back there. There go my son. I don't need to prove nothing to you, young head.
Y'all, exactly. No, I mean, right, like
back then or now.
Yeah, like I hear young cats, I heard you ball, this, that, and other. Yeah, I used to play ball, but let's do something. I'll be like, dude, I'm 57 years old, man.
I just turned 50. Look,
I ain't trying to...
youngster, when I played against the Dream Team, then they're gonna be like, what?
That happened to me.
That's
that happened
to me. Just go back to the Olympics when I
played. You know what's funny? I was an assistant.
Look, you see my picture?
Yeah, I see it. You know, I'm gonna tell you, it's two things, right? There was it last year, 2 years ago? I was assistant coach before the pandemic at a Flushing High School girls team.
Okay.
I was an assistant coach there, right? Because I was working there for this after school program called New York Edge, right?
Okay.
So when I went, the first day I went there because I didn't know they was gonna, you know, ask me to go help the team. So I had on boots and everything. It was cold out. I had on jeans and whatever. So they came over. I mean, the coach came over and was like, you know, hey, oh yeah, listen, this is Mr. Carter. He's gonna be our assistant now. This, that, and other. They were looking at me like, this dude don't even have on no sneakers. How you gonna be a coach? This, that, and other, right? So the first day they dissed me, Dawn, they was like, yeah, my coach already taught me that. Oh, my coach is already showing me that. Oh, my coach is there. I was like, all right, cool. Second day, I went my sweats on, had on my sneakers and everything. You know, called some of the young girls come over. You know, okay, let's do it. Oh, but the coach already don't want us to do that. They want us to do this. I said, all right, cool. You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to show them something. So I said, y'all see this picture? They were like, I showed them that same picture. I said, y'all know who's in this picture? And they were like, oh, that's Michael Jordan. Oh, yeah, that's Michael Jordan. And I said, you see that guy right there jumping over him? That's me. And they were like, you played against him. I was like, oh. Now you want to get some act right. Now you want to give me some act right. Yeah. Now they were like, Coach, can we work with you after? Can we work with you after? I was like, oh, now you want to work with me, huh? Yeah. So it was too funny.
Yeah.
Always like that. Because they don't know the history, Dawn. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
They do not. Yep. But I know the history of my big brother, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
So I'm saying our family are forever entwined. I love you. Before you go, say your name and say, it's Code 31.
All right. This is James True Carter, and it's Code 31.
You're ready. We're going to keep in touch. And
no doubt, fam.
And
you got
you're not clothing too, so I'll definitely help you with anything you need help with clothing, media, whatever.
Yeah, my son, you know, he has the Skin of Bronze thing, so he's doing all this stuff. So I leave all that up to him. You know, I'm an old head already, so I'm like, I let the millennials do it.
So you know I got you, fam, all right?
All right, no doubt.
Love you.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
All right.
Good seeing you. All right, one love. One.